Hello, today we're going to discuss the Business Activity Tracker. What this tracker is this is a tool for you to use to help track your business building activities. So it's to help us from getting stuck in the scrolling portion of our social media where we just get stuck scrolling and then we think that we've been working for 2 hours when really we were just scrolling. This is to help you focus on business building activities to grow your business. I'm going to start by saying that this is a great tool for you to use. I suggest you print off one each week, and this would be a successful tool to help you reach the diamond rank. If you're wanting to grow a business beyond diamond or like 6 figures, you're probably going to need to multiply some of these areas a little bit more than what they look like, but it's still a great way for you to track to make sure you're growing your business. In the unit, you saw a print off for this. Again, I suggest you print this off each week. One thing I want to make sure that you do is you do put down your why each week. Make sure that you are putting down why you're doing this coaching thing. I know for me, so often it's easy to get stuck in the negatives of what can happen that we forget why we're there. And so just being reminded of that daily is so important. Also, who is your target market? Who are you really trying to help? What do they like? What struggles do they have? What hobbies might they have? What age range are they in? Those kind of things. That way you know and can stay focused on who you're connecting with. These are our 4 vital behaviors. So the first one is being proof the product works. So that means you're actually using the workouts and you're actually drinking Shakeology. Now, I personally work out 5 days a week, so this isn't always totally full. That's okay. The purpose of this tracker isn't necessarily that you do all of these things every day. They might be hit or miss. The second is connect, invite, follow up. I don't want you to get stuck here on the time limits per se, but more like having a set number. So initiate connections and add followers. I would suggest you try to add 5 to 10 people a day and to initiate at least 5 new conversations. Instagram stories is a great place for you to do that, but another platform may work for you. And throughout your trainings in this new Coach Academy, you're going to see different ways that you can make connections with people and start conversations. Then do a social media post each day that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle or has a call to action. I would say call to actions maybe only once or twice a week at most. And then you don't have to do that every day. I like to say 2 days a week, I throw in my life, other things about my life. So it's not just Beachbody threw up on my feed, but it's just me showing healthy things about my life. And then in my Instagram or Facebook stories, I try to include these things, each of these items, a couple of times a week. I personally love to exercise, so I have a workout clip every day that I exercise just because that's something I really enjoy. And it's natural because for my followers, that's what they're used to seeing. But if that's something where you're a new coach and you're just starting your journey, maybe you do those once or twice a week to start out with. It's really, I've had such great feedback from people because it's like, oh, I know what workout I'm doing. I know what workout I'm getting because I've seen it and I've seen you do it. And it makes it like attractive to them. So I would just, start out with once or twice a week and then you can slowly add those in. It doesn't have to be every day to start out with, but make sure you're doing these items a couple of times a week. Responding to new likes and comments. So anytime someone comments, pick a time of day to respond to all those comments. Make sure that people know that you appreciate their feedback on your post. And then invite, I'm going to say at least 5 people, but that number can be based on your goals. And throughout this month, we can talk one-on-one what that looks like for you and how many people you need to be inviting. For the time being, I really suggest that you make a list of 50 to 100 people that you have no prejudgment on that you think that this opportunity would be great for. Either they work full time, or they're a busy mom, or they have a wedding coming up, or any of those things. Make a list. You don't prejudge. Maybe they're too busy, maybe they're not. Maybe, any of those things, make a list. And then those are the people you're going to start inviting. I will preface this to say that I don't invite every day. I kind of do mine in chunks. So my goal is 50 invites a week. And so sometimes I do those a couple of times a week. I don't do them all on one day. And I don't do them spread out like I kind of do bulk. So I do it usually like 2 days a week and do 25 one day and 25 another. And that works for me. So find a system that works for you. If it's 5 each day, then go ahead and do that. I will say that this usually is the thing that's most challenging for people, which is why we're going to talk a lot about it throughout this whole New Coach University. But that's also one of the things that I suggest you doing first when you're trying to work your business, to get that out of the way. And the way it becomes easier is by you doing it and getting it out of the way. And then follow up with people you're invited. So pick a couple of days a week to make sure you're following up with them. I always like to follow up about 3 to 4 days after, and I follow up with them multiple times. So sometimes it looks like me following up 3 or 4 times until they tell me no. And then getting people results. So making sure you're contributing to your challenge group, sharing value in there, giving tips, encouraging people, connecting with your challengers. I send out a weekly email, and that seems to work well for me. Before I had as many customers as I do now, I sent out a weekly like text message or Facebook message. So do what works best for you, and then recognize their achievement. Shout them out in your challenge group. If you have coaches underneath you, shout them out for things that they did well. They sold their first challenge pack. They helped a customer, those kind of things. And then engage in personal development. Pick a book, read it for 10 to 15 minutes each day. My goal is 1 book a month. If you need help finding a book that's good fit for you, we will definitely work with you on that, but pick something to help you grow. This is the area that I've seen the most success for me and helped me to get over some of the limiting beliefs I have on myself. So make sure you're doing that. Then make sure you write down these things each week. What this sheet is going to do, it's going to help you see what activities did I do last week and what did that produce. And it might not be week by week. I notice for me a lot of times if I send like some months I do like push months. So those are months where I send a lot of invites. That month might not necessarily be the most like biggest producing, but it's usually the month after that where I get like residual from all of those invites. So this is a way to help us track that. And then on the back, that's where that list can go, and it can help you keep track of who you've talked to, when you talked to them, and if you followed up. That way you're not losing track of your people. And it's right here. I put these in a 3-ring binder so that I have it for myself, and I'm just going to keep them all there for the whole year. That way I can look at it. So if you have any questions about the activity tracker, just reach out to us, and we would love to go over this with you.